Thank you to Audio for partnering with me for today's video. More on them a little bit later on in the video.
What is underneath, but don't you show? Do you hide from me, but don't I know? What have I failed to see? Are we close? What is underneath, but don't you show?
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I want to take some time to review the Sony FX30 and how it performed during our recent trip down to Zion National Park. I felt that this was a pretty good time to test out the Sony FX30 and check out the capabilities that it has to offer. Unsure of what the weather was going to look like, we ended up getting greeted with some overcast weather. Luckily it didn't rain on us, so we were still able to get out of the car and walk around and explore. This also limited the amount of natural light that I had to work with, but ultimately put the camera to the test, considering that there are tons of rumors saying that this isn't the best camera for low light situations. I personally have had zero issues while shooting the Sony FX30 under low light conditions. I feel that a big part of this is knowing the correct lenses that you need to be purchasing for the Sony FX30, considering that it has a Super 35 sensor. Throughout this trip, I ended up using my Suri sniper lenses that are made specifically for APS-C cameras or Super 35 sensors. I own both these lenses in 16mm and 56mm, and they both top off at a f1.2 aperture. The aperture is going to be the most important part for this camera because you want to make sure that you let as much light in, especially since you're using a Super 35 sensor. Throughout this trip, I had zero issues with lighting conditions. I kept the aperture at primarily 2.8, and even then I was overexposing at 1.7 to 2 stops. I ended up correcting the exposure of my clips by using a variable ND filter. I am planning on making a video on how to use the Sony FX30 under low light conditions and even shooting during nighttime. And I'm going to explain the settings that I use paired with the lenses that I own in order to get the best quality under those situations. One of my favorite features about the Sony FX30 is the capability to shoot in 4K from a downsampled 6K sensor and also shooting in 422 10-bit. This is a massive upgrade considering that my last camera, the Sony a7 III, only shot in 8-bit footage. The amount of color flexibility that it has to offer when shooting in 10-bit and color correcting in post is amazing because you're able to stretch your colors out without breaking your image. This is a pretty big thing considering that color correcting is becoming a bigger part of social media and videos throughout all different platforms. Considering that this sensor is a 6K sensor downsampled to 4K footage, you're able to get some pretty sharp images if you're able to nail your focus. There were a couple of times where I ended up missing my focus throughout this trip, but I feel that this was more on me considering I didn't have my external monitor set up in order to check my focus. This leads me to my other point, which is the FX30 features that it has on the body itself. Some of those features are multiple mounting points, multiple recording buttons, full HDMI ports, and the ability to rig it up if you're going to be shooting with clients or rig it down if you want to use it as a day-to-day camera. This is pretty awesome considering that the only things that you really actually need with the Sony FX30 is the camera itself and a decent lens. I'd go the extra mile and say that you want to get a variable ND filter, but even then you're maximizing the amount of quality that you're getting out of this camera. Another thing that I like about the Sony FX30 is the ability to shoot in S-Log3. This allows you to get the most amount of data in both your highlights and your shadows to maximize the quality of your image when color correcting in post. On top of that, you also have the ability to use the dual base ISO, which is 800 and 2500, which is what allows the camera to shine in low light scenarios when used correctly. There are a couple of things that are more important than the camera you're using when it comes to video work. One of those things is making sure that you're able to find the perfect soundtrack to match your video. Imagine your videos coming to life with the perfect soundtrack. Every second enhanced, every emotion amplified. That's where audio steps in. For many years, audio has been redefining what it means to have high quality music for your projects. Their expansive library and handpicked tracks let you choose the perfect vibe for every moment, whether you're telling an inspiring story, showcasing breathtaking visuals, or creating compelling ads. With audio, you gain unlimited access to music that not only fits your vision, but elevates it. Join the community of creators who trust audio to bring their ideas to life. Whether you're an independent filmmaker, a social media influencer, or a business looking to stand out, Audio's premium music is your secret weapon to creating videos that resonate and inspire. Elevate your video content with audio, because every great story deserves a great soundtrack. Make sure to check the description down below in order to learn how you could get a discount on a lifetime membership with Audio. Thank you again, Audio, for partnering with me for this video. Ultimately, I have made the Sony FX30 my go-to camera, and I believe this camera is more than just an entry-level cinema camera. For the price of under $2,000, this camera far surpasses any of the competition within that price range. I just want to clarify that Sony did not give me this camera. I purchased this camera on my own, and all the opinions that I have made throughout this video are genuine. I've tested it out to the most of my abilities, and even till now I continue to test it out to see how far I could push this camera. This camera has far exceeded all my expectations, and I will continue to use it for years to come. If you're interested in my camera setup, feel free to go ahead and check the description down below. I have all the different parts that I use for my camera rig listed down there, and you can go ahead and use the affiliate links to purchase any of those products down below. And then lastly, I just want to thank everyone for watching. I appreciate you guys taking the time, and I will go ahead and see you guys next time. Thank you.